Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Michael and I'm bitten by a radioactive book. As days become shorter and leaves fall down, you know it's the autumn season and it's the perfect time to do a lovely tag video on this Tic Tac Tuesday, and it's the fall time cozy time tag. It was originally created by Samantha from Novels and Nonsense, and I was not specifically tagged, but I saw this a few times around and it sounded like a really fun tag and I just wanted to do it. So let's get started. The first objective is crunching leaves. The world is full of color. Choose a book that has reds, oranges or yellows on the cover. And for this one I choose Autumn War by Daniel Abraham. You can see it has all the colors on the front and back and on the spine. And it's it's one of the book in maybe the first, maybe not, maybe the second. I have no clue, let me look. It's the third book in Daniel Abraham's Long Price Quartet. I haven't read it so far. I know it's an epic fantasy that is set in a kind of Asian-inspired world. It's like, it's a quartet, so it's 4 books. And I think it's told in some kind of generation, that the first book is one generation and then each next book is like 30 years later. I'm not sure of that, but I think that is what I had in mind, or what I remember from the series. The next one is Cozy Sweater. It's finally cold enough to don warm, cozy clothing. What books give you the warm fuzzies? That would be The Peculiar by Stefan Bachmann. It's a very, kind of middle gradish mix-up of Charles Dickens and Harry Potter. I'd say it's a steampunk. If you're looking for like a great middle grade read that has a bit of like a Dickens warmth feeling, then that's the book to go. Next one is Fall Storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. Choose your favorite book or genre that you like to read on a stormy day. For me, this is such a cool question, because I live right under the roof, so I have angular windows, and when the rain is pounding on them, I have an amazing atmosphere here in this room. Steampunk is a great go-to genre for these kind of very stormy days, because you have this feeling, especially when it's in Victorian London. It's a bit foggy. It has this autumn and fall atmosphere, and I really enjoy it. The themes are often also a bit gloomy in there, so I think it's a genre that really fits the atmosphere of a stormy day. Next up we have Cool Crisp Air. What's the coolest character you'd want to trade places with? That took me a while, I have to admit, because when you normally read fantasy and science fiction and steampunk, there's a lot of action happening there and a lot of, I don't know, unpleasant things, like characters get wounded or killed or are living in constant danger and are on the flight or have living conditions that are not up to my warm and fuzzy personal self. So in the end I went for Death from the Discworld series, because of course he's cold, you know, and cool. And I think Death is kind of interesting because he gets to peek behind the scenery, because he sees a lot of stuff that normally you wouldn't see. If I would be death, I would also be immortal, and immortality would mean I would have time to read all the books I want to read ever. That would be a plus as well. So yeah, that's from the Discworld it is. Next up we have Hot Apple Cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the next biggest, hottest thing? I take the Gardens of Stones. It's the first in the Empires of Echelon series, I hope that's true, by Mark T. Barnes. And it's a novel that I read earlier this year, I think in April, and it's a multi-person narrative, very complex plot. The setting is a world where like the 100 families rule, and out of that you can already see that the political system is very complex. We get point of views from some both kind of families that are feuding with each other, but the world is bigger than just that feud, and it's very complex, and was a very interesting read. I rated it 5 stars, and yeah, I would like to see more people pick this up and give this a kind of chance. Next up we have Coats, Scarves and Mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most embarrassing book cover you own that you like to keep hidden secret in the public? If you've seen my top 5 terrible covers video, then you know that I picked as number 1 Steam and Sorcery by Cindy Spencer Pape. Yeah, you see, I'm as always well prepared here. But you can see the author's name right up there. I think it's Cindy. And yeah, that is a cover that does not work for me on so many levels. Next up we've got Pumpkin Spice. What's your favorite fall-time comfort food or foods? That is actually a difficult but also an interesting question, so I hope you don't mind a little bit of cultural commentary here. Because for example in Germany we have like fall traditions that are very different from fall traditions that you have in the US or in the UK. For example, I think the 2 main or biggest holidays for most of you guys in the US are like Halloween and Thanksgiving, and these are both occasions that are not very popular here, or were, and we have other traditions, but in the like in the last decade, with so much US TV going on here, these kind of traditions, not so much the one about Thanksgiving, but the Halloween traditions, really swap over and kind of conquer Germany, and more children want to do Halloween. But actually we have another holiday which is called St. Martin, and is traditionally held at the beginning of November, so very close to Halloween, and it's a tradition to honor the Saint Martin who shared like his cloak even though it was cold with a homeless guy. And yeah, this has a huge tradition in Germany, and to remind to remember him, the children always build little lanterns that are filled with candles, or now with electricity most of the time, and there are a lot of specific songs that are around the Saint Martin traditions, and there are like parades. And the tradition for the children is that they go from house to house with their selfly crafted lanterns, and sing the song to the inhabitants of their house, or sing one of the songs, and then they are rewarded with candy. And you can see the difficulties if you have this holiday like 1 or 2 weeks after the holiday where children dress up as ghosts and vampires and go from house to house and want to have candy. There is like a cultural clash here. That was, sorry for the cultural commentary, but I think that might be interesting for you, because most of you might not have heard of the St. Martin's tradition, and it's very traditional in Germany to eat goose for this occasion. So same as your turkey eating in the US for Thanksgiving, for us it's traditional to eat goose for St. Martin's. And so I choose St. Martin's as my favorite fall food. Not St. Martin's, the goose, of course. And last but not least, we have warm, cozy bonfire. Spread the cozy warmth. Who do you tag? I'm going to tag Jay from the Awkward Bookworm, and I'm going to tag a few people that just recently started a channel, and I subscribe to them very early, and yeah, I invite you to go there and say hello to them and look them up as well. So therefore I tag Amanda from Stardust Panda, I tag Becky from Crafts and Reads, and I tag Trista from Triss's Nook. So that's it from me today. I hope you liked this little, a bit longer version of the tag due to cultural rambling. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel. If you want to know what's coming up on my channel, please look inside the description box. There's a little segment there called On the Horizon. I wish you a good day and hope you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye.